Hello and welcome to Đồng Nai Radio and Television Station. Hello and welcome to Đồng Nai Radio and Television Station. On May the 9th, the exhibition Souvenir Relics and Monuments of President Ho Chi Minh in Vietnam and around the world was opened at the President Ho Chi Minh Relics site in the Presidential Palace. The exhibition featured 200 documentary photos recording about 700 relics, 30 statues, square and more than 100 monuments to President Ho Chi Minh across the country. Especially President Ho Chi Minh's relic site in Hanoi since 1969 has welcomed over 73 million domestic and 12 million international visitors to visit and study. Memorial monuments to the President Ho Chi Minh become the places to organize cultural events for overseas Vietnamese communities. Many countries have named parks, schools, streets, and squares after the president. Through the exhibitions, it has once again affirmed the deep gratitude of Vietnamese people, the love and respect of the world's people for him. The exhibition is open from now until the end of October the 30th at Đường Xoài Relic Zone, the President Ho Chi Minh Relic area at the Presidential Palace. On May 9, a representative of the National Population Data Center of the Police Department for Administrative Management of Social Order, C06, Ministry of Public Security, said that the Ministry of Public Security has organized the withdrawal of money at ATMs with Citizen Identification Cards, CCCDs, with chips at some bank branches in Hanoi and Quảng Ninh. In the near future, the authorities plan to deploy more in many other localities. Regarding the UC's process, after the cardholder scans the CCCD through the device at ATMs, the banking system will check, verify, and compare the information on the chip card. After that, the system continues to authenticate the customer's face and fingerprint to prevent account fraud before the citizen makes a withdrawal transaction. The Ministry of Transport has just submitted the Prime Minister for considering to invest into the Dầu Tân Phú Expressway project Phase 1, about 60.1 long, by the PPP method. The total investment is more than 8,300 billion VND. According to the road network plan for the period 2021 to 2030, approved by the Prime Minister, this expressway has an investment progress before 2030. It is also a component project in overall Dầu Dây Liên Khương Expressway. It has an important meaning linking the southeast provinces with the central highlands, especially Đồng Nai with Lâm Đồng province, while the National Highways 20 is overloaded. The implementation of Dầu Dây Tân Phú Expressway is now necessary and urgent. On May 9, U.S. President Joe Biden signed a bill streamlining the process of supplying Ukraine with weapons which are needed in the war against Russia. In Oval Office, President Biden said, "I have just signed a bill that provides an important tool for the Ukrainian government and Ukrainian people and therefore to defend the country." Biden's signing of the Ukraine Democracy Defense Land Lease Act of 2022 will create conditions for the United States to lease and lend weapons to allies affected by Russia's deployment of military service in Ukraine. With this act, Ukraine can request the transfer of weapons and other security assistance from the United States in a simplified process for greater convenience. The U.S. will receive a guarantee that Ukraine will return or reimburse the property at a later date. On the May 6th, the Biden administration announced a new arms aid package to Ukraine worth $150 million USD, bringing the total U.S. military commitment to Ukraine to $3.8 billion USD. According to AFP, on May 9, Washington National Cathedral in Washington, D.C. rang 1,000 bells in memory of those who died because of COVID-19. Each bell represents 1,000 Americans who have died from the pandemic. Today we have reached a tragic milestone of the nation. 1 million Americans have died from COVID-19, said Randolph Marshall Holyreff, head of the church. Earlier on the same day, the White House said that U.S. would celebrate the milestone of 1 million deaths due to the COVID-19. In the past few weeks, because the mask regulation has been lifted, wearing or not wearing a mask depends on the choice of people. U.S. began to have an increase in the number of daily infections. However, the death toll has slowed in recent months. That's all we have for today. Thanks for watching and see you next time.